All right, boys. It's Friday evening. I'm here. I'm back again. A pure, fine specimen. A fine piece of ass. Any lady would be lucky to have this fine piece of ass. I'm here. I'm back again. Dana White, MIA. He's hanging out with the Nelk boys. He's chopping it up with the Nelk boys. He's not announcing anything. Nothing's happening. Apparently, there's some bullshit boxing event going on that I don't give a rat's ass about. But anyway, apparently there's some boxing going on. There's some boxing going on tonight, apparently. Imagine 317 gets canceled. Nah, they'll just call it postponed. They'll just call it postponed if they cancel it. They call it postponed. What did I miss, dog? Dana missing. What's up, Matt? Shout out to Matt. I'm going to teach him how to be a true alpha male, a man of men. I got to teach him how to be a real man, a man's man, this and that. Nothing political, though. I'm not teaching Matt. Happy Friday, bro. Shout out to the one who vapes. Happy Friday. It is bummy in here if there's no Dono war tonight. We're a minute and 30 seconds in. And you want a Dono war already? Look, we had enough Dono wars in April to cover us for another 2 months. So I don't know if there's going to be another Dono war. We had some crazy wars the last month or so. Loosen that button. For the right price, for the right price, I'll take this button undone. Boxing was terrible card. They did a fight in the middle of Times Square and had the energy of an Apex card. Glad that I didn't give a rat's ass about it. Shout out to Fishing Nerds for showing up in the chat. Shout out to Fishing Nerds for showing up in the chat. I wasn't sure if you'd be back here. He's back. BMF title fight sucks. BMF title sucks. 200 likes in 2 minutes and I'll donate 200. You wouldn't dare. We're a minute into the stream. We got 60 people here. About 3.50. What's that? What are we even talking about? About 350. Nice necklace, Joey. Thank you. Tree fitted. Look at that. Look at that watch tan line. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Look how white my where my watch is. That's wild. Yeah, you're tweaking BMF title. Okay. If is UFC publicly traded company now and White has other products. Is it still publicly traded or aren't they taking it private? Aren't they taking it? Or am I crazy? I thought they might have taken it private because they don't want to report on what's actually going on. Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Or no? Whoa. Damn. Joe would kick Kevin Holland's ass. Can we take this stream private? What watch do you rock? This one. That one right there. I think it's the Apple Ultra. Apple Ultra. I got it like 2 years ago maybe. I wonder how long I've had that. I want the one that's black, but it's not worth it to upgrade. It's too expensive. Apple Watch. I got that in I got it since January of 2023. Is when I've had it. I like it. I mainly use it for keeping score when I play disc golf. When you start in a gaming channel, soon. It's already started officially, but I just don't use it yet. It's already started, but I don't use it yet. I'm going to do like a couple test streams, and then I just don't have any. I literally have zero time. 0 seconds of every day. Colombo, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Look, my dog misses me. My dog misses me because... What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here, buddy. Look, come here. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hold on, Colombo. Don't bite me. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Give me the other ball. Come on. My dog right here. It's my dog. Come on. Who's this? Who's this here? Look. It's my dog right here. This is my boy. You're only safe because I allow you to be safe. Look, hold on. He's got his bow tie on. You can't really see it that well. Columbo, who's that? Who's that, Columbo? Who's that? All right, you dipping? He's dipping and dashing, apparently. He's dipping and dashing, apparently, allegedly. Anyway, how much effort did it take you to train your dog? I work with him every single day for 4 years since I got him. I actually taught him to read at one point, believe it or not. I know you aren't going to believe it. You're going to say it's not true. I have video evidence of it. I'm not going to dig it up right now because he doesn't. I stopped working with him, so he doesn't know anymore. But I taught him to read at one point in time. Legitimately taught to read. I could prove it to you as well. I could write a command down, and he would do the command. And there was no trigger. You could do it at random. I think I posted a clip at one point of like a video I had of my dog when I was walking around off leash and how well he was trained. I think I did. I don't remember if I posted it in Discord or not. Bro, Joey, that Armin grappling match was absolute snooze fest. They shouldn't even have a winner. That's why I don't care about shit like that. I know you guys call me like a sourpuss sometimes, but like, I just don't care. That's why I don't watch that shit, to be honest. That's why I don't watch that shit, to be honest. Thoughts on Ryan being bummy? Who is Ryan? Fry's showing up. Fry's showing up, dipping and dashing, probably like my dog. Joey, even though I agree that truly Ilya is trying to pressure the UFC, he did announce like 3 months before Dana that he's fighting Holloway and actually happened. Yeah, but everyone knew that was going to happen. I don't know. At this point, I really don't even have a good educated guess. The fact that it's not announced... makes me think Ilya Islam's not happening. Makes me think it's not happening. Like, if I had to guess right now, and I've been jumping back and forth, and this isn't one of those predictions, like I'm trying to die on that hill or this hill or that hill. I really don't know at this point. But if I had to guess, I would guess that it's probably not going to be something we're going to love. If I had to guess. Are you watching any boxing this week? I'm not. Some people take slowly pushing the narrative that Ian Machado Gary is boring. Fake narrative. Fake narrative. But they can push it all they want because they're betas. They're soys. They're the beta male soy boys. Member for 10 months. Paul Bear, did you change your name? What'd your name used to be? When the UFC going to book Scruffy versus Rufus for the bummiest MFer? Who's Scruffy versus Rufus? Who's Scruffy versus Rufus? Thank you for the 10 months of membership, though. Appreciate it. I don't know. You have to fill me in. Pause. Massive pause. Wait a second. Is Rufus from Bum Fights? Is that what his name was from Bum Fights back in the day? Rufus? Or was it something else? What was the dude's name from Bum Fights? I don't remember. Gary is the man. Facts. Thank you for the 10 months of membership, Paul Bear. I don't recognize your name because you changed it recently, but at this point, 317's in shambles. Agreed. They got to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I just don't trust them to be able to pull it off. They got to pull a rabbit out of a hat, and I just don't trust it. They might book some random ass shit like Aspinall Almeida. Look, I don't know. You know, there's not a prediction that I'm willing to die on this or that. I'm this or that, die on this hill, die on that hill. I just got a feeling it's going to disappoint. That's my only prediction right now. And I would love to be proven wrong. And again, I'm not, because I know someone's going to say, Joe, you said you predicted this and that, blah, blah, blah. Again, if I predicted anything, it's Islam Gaethje. That's, if I was going to die on a hill right now, I think it's going to be Islam Gaethje. And I think instead of criticizing the UFC, everyone's going to criticize Islam. Even though it's not Islam's fault, the UFC doesn't want to give the most deserving contender a title shot. And we're all going to cry about it, but then it's going to move forward, and then Islam's going to beat him, and then he's going to get no credit, and then maybe move up to welterweight afterwards. Hold on 1 second. Damn. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let me see this real quick. But that's what's going to happen. They're going to absolve the UFC of any wrongdoing. They're going to absolve the UFC of any wrongdoing, and they're going to blame Islam for a shitty main event when it's mostly the UFC's fault. Aspinall Almeida, I low-key kind of like. Will you stream by the second fight tomorrow? Hopefully. Anyone heard about my Uncle Shannon? No, I have not. Islam will fight whoever they put in front of him. I agree. It's not the fairest thing for Islam, but come on, he'd fight anyone in the UFC. I agree. Anyone here? Okay, read that. How'd you like golfing? I haven't played a game yet. I've only been to the driving range. I had fun. I went and played disc golf today and had a lot of fun. Deep in the woods, just slinging disc. Shall we talk about Karate Combat? Okay, Karate Combat. I don't give a rat's ass about Karate Combat. I don't give a shit about anyone fighting in Karate Combat. I don't care about the organization. Best of luck to them. Slinging disc and slinging dick. Slinging disc and slinging disc. Yeah, for those who don't know, I got my first set of clubs the other day. One of my buddies plays golf, and I'm going to start playing with him. Pause. Massive pause. But I haven't played yet. I'm just learning. Hi, Joey. Your favorite number one fan is here. Thank you. Thank you, you bum. You bum of a ting. That's wild. Favorite number one fan is here. O'Malley showers with Derek Lewis. And fun. It's a fun diversity from the same old UFC. Yeah, for me, I don't care about it that much. What time is the lights going off? I don't know yet. Golf is the worst sport ever. Okay, cool. I'm not like some massive golf sycophant or anything like that. You can shit talk it all you want. I've never even played. I never even hit a golf ball my entire life until the other day. I'm not an old man. I'm not an old man, all right? Just turned 20. I just turned 32, man. So, Joey just watched the box, and it's shit, still shit. UFC still on top. They're clearly waiting to announce 317 until 315. Maybe. I guess so. I don't know about clearly. Who knows at this point? I don't know. I'm at a loss. I thought for sure it was coming this week. I thought it'd be announced by Wednesday of this past week, so I was off. That's what I thought. Damn. I just watched one of the worst boxing cards of all time, and it ruined my week. It's because what you have is, let me explain to you. I don't think anyone has ever expressed this out loud before. Let me explain this to you. The MMA media combined with the MMA influencer, combat influencers, whether it's YouTubers, Twitter people, Instagram people, they try to get you invested in any event possible because that puts money in their pockets, even if the event is shit, so they promote it. And also, it's the betting fucking weirdos who are obsessed. So then you catch a little bit of it. You catch a little bit talking here. You see tweets there. You see a YouTuber here. Ariel there. MMA media website here. This and that. Because they're grasping at everything and anything. Like little fucking combat sports whores. And then you think, oh, you know, you have the FOMO. FOMO is a key tool used by all these different entities. You know, oh man, I got to watch. It's going to be crazy. And then you watch and it's dog shit. That's why I never even care about it. Belal wins or lose has huge implications for the UFC. UFC fucked Yo and put themselves in a bad position. It's crazy they don't have shit. No way they do anyone from 315 on 317. Yeah, but I guess they're saying Islam would vacate and then do like Charles Ilya for the title at UFC 317. Excuse me. I guess that's what it would be. Charles Ilya. It would be Charles Ilya at 317 is what they're hoping for. That boxing card did suck. I live bet Rolly. I don't know who that is. After 10 and made stupid money. Congrats. Congrats on making stupid money. Worst wrestler in the UFC. Whoever got taken down by the Tafa brother. I don't remember his name. Sharif or some shit. Something along those lines. Where's Dana? Dana's MIA, bro. Mod check. Now send some of the stupid money to Joey asking for a friend that runs the stream. Camille's always. Camille's matching anyone in the next 5 minutes. Camille's matching anyone in the next 5 minutes. That's just what he told me. That's what he told me through the grapevine. Overlap finally decided to show up. Nice for Overlap to show up at the beginning of a stream for a change. Appreciate you, Overlap, finally rearing your ugly head. Low-key kind of bummy around here. I like how that's just going to stick around forever. Bummy this, bummy that, bummy this, bummy that, bummy. We're getting real bummy around here. Getting extra bummy around here. That's what it's always going to go on. Real American freestyle. Cue up the Overlap one-liners. That's true. The one who vapes with a salute in chat. Good to see fake Overlap showing up. That is a fake Overlap. The fuck's going on here, Dana? Tomorrow's officially 8 weeks from 317. Don't ask me, bro. Don't ask me. I don't get it at all, brother. Why would Charles Ilya be for an interim? Sorry, it would be vacated. Undisputed. Kevin Holland, next win before 20. I have no idea. Kevin Holland's a scrub, bro. Kevin Holland's a scrub. That's the truth. That's the truth. Them Jefferson County Javelins. Joey, how massive a fan are you of Leon Edwards? No. I don't care if Luque is washed. He's still good enough to beat Holland. Probably. I would say probably. I would say probably. I know now that Kevin Holland got his last W, won't win again for another 4 fights. I've been saying forever. I don't know why people act like Kevin Holland's good. I see Makhachev did fight, apparently. Makhachev's out there raking in some quick paydays, huh? He hurt someone with a body kick, apparently. They waved it off. Is that what happened? Dude, back-to-back teeps put him down. I just seen that. Back-to-back teep kicks put him away. I've never been to a live event, but I'd be pissed if I was eyeing 317 and they ain't announced shit. I'd be pissed too. Can you outstruck Paul Craig for sure? What program do you use to edit your videos these days? Filmora. I just bought the one 1-year license. I have the Adobe Cloud, Creative Cloud, but I don't use that yet. Who do you think Ilya is fighting? I don't know. I have a feeling Ilya is not fighting on 317. I tweeted this out earlier. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. I tweeted out, the more Topuria insists he's fighting on June 28th, the more I believe he's not. The UFC doesn't like when guys announce stuff without them or try to strong arm them into doing something. So, I don't know. If they wait till 315 and JDM wins, or Belal vacates and says, I want to go up and try for a second belt, which they won't give him anyway, so he'll get screwed. Then they would do Charles Topuria for the undisputed. Kopp is 100% going to be champ. Makhachev is better than him. Kopp isn't going to be champ. Kopp's a scrub, man. He's beating up scrubs, and he has to foul them to win. Kopp is not good. I don't know why people hype him up for beating up literal bums. Overlap with the 999. What's longer in Joey's bummy house without being used? A container of spinach or a treadmill? Ooh, got him. Pat yourself on the back. That one was hysterical, bro. Give me a second. I got to compose myself. I know one thing that doesn't go without being used, and that's your mother. That is your mother. I use her every night. I use her every night. For show. Overlap's mom gets used every night. I don't even know if that's a real overlap. It's probably a fake overlap. Shout out Lap's mom. Win Overlap's mother. Joey, like, why is it impossible for them to make Makhachev fight in June? Even if JDM wins, he still has time to fight him in October, November. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Thank you, MMA Joey, and all the MMA YouTubers out there for creating UFC alive. If not, UFC will be dead by now by the stuff they are doing by putting tickets out high and not announcing main events. Someone clip that and send it to Joey's girl. She was actually in the spare bedroom when I was saying that, so she could hear me. She was right next to me. That's it. Adobe feels like overkill. Just get Filmora, dude. If you can try it for free. It has a watermark, but you can buy it for pretty cheap. And it's like the simplest editing software for beginners. But it has complex features as well. So, Derek B. This is for MMA Johnny. Shout out Derek B for the 999. Derek, I don't know if you were here, but like last week or the week before, we had the craziest Dono war there ever was. And I shit you not, MMA Johnny popped in out of nowhere. We hadn't seen him in months. And he randomly popped in when we had the craziest Dono war. Dudes were dropping hundreds. And he popped in out of nowhere. And he left. He was pissed. Because it just kept going, man. It just kept going. He's the original Dono hater. I know he's pissed. Thank you, Derek B. Shout out MMA Johnny. Shout out MMA Johnny, who used to be here when I had no subs. And if I got an occasional Dono, he'd be crying about it every time. He's probably watching right now. Joe, what's your realistic prediction for 317 main event? I hope it's Islam Ilya. My prediction right now, gun to my head, I say Islam Gaethje. Lamau for real. I hadn't seen him in like a year and a half. But dude, I swear it was one of the streams where it was like over $1,000 worth of donos, and he randomly popped in all pissed off. He was only here for a couple minutes. He was pissed. Oh my God. It's funny how the OGs remember MMA Johnny, man. I used to get like $10 worth of donos. Like it'd be like $1.99s and $4.99s. And he'd be fucking crying about it, man. He'd be crying. He would be pissed that I got $10 in donos. Apparently it was 4/25. Apparently April 25th stream. Shout out to Derek for the 999. Derek is the first person that ever sent me a $100 dono. Derek is the first person. He might have charged it back. I don't know. I'm not sure if he charged it back. I had to go look. But he's the first person to ever send a $100 dono in chat. Ever. In the history of the channel. Shout out Derek. You know Johnny wasn't happy about that one. What's the deal? What's up? MMA Johnny's a made man. Well, Joey, what's your realistic prediction? I think it's going to end up being Islam Gaethje. I can't believe I missed the MMA Johnny return. Donoed for him, too. Yeah, Camille was donoing for him. Overlap with the 499. I knew Joey would mention the Dono War. We got to get a shirt that says Dono War Champ. I swear I've seen MMA Johnny in like a year, maybe two. He's been gone for a long time. I hadn't seen him in a while. And he must have popped in. He was livid. he probably deleted YouTube after that. So that's the truth. Damn. But overlaps the bomb around here. I was hoping we'd coax him out. Of course, he pops in during the Dono War. Some things never change. That's true. If Islam and Gaethje is fighting at 317, who does Ilya fight? Oliveira? I would think Oliveira, but it's hard to know. I really don't know. This is one of the first times in a while I don't feel like I have a good grasp on what's going to happen. I really don't. Joey destroys half the heavyweight roster. Are you smoking crack? The UFC heavyweight roster, I smoke half of them? Are you smoking crack? I smoke 99% of them. I make Tom Aspinall my bitch. Okay? Charles Ilya for an intro makes most sense. Islam deserves to be simultaneous double champ. He does, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, it's possible Belal beats Pereira at this point. Belal would whoop Pereira. If he was still at middleweight, it'd be an easy win for Belal. Could you name two male fighters you're looking forward to the most in the prelims tomorrow? I don't know, bro. That's such a complicated question. Let's see. I'll say Makhachev. And that's it. Makhachev, and Makhachev. Every other male prelim is dog doo-doo. Cards overrated a bit. Ryan Garcia's fraud check. I barely even know who Ryan Garcia is. He's some like influencer boxer, I guess. How is Islam a duck, and also how is he inactive? Jones is about to embarrass Tom. Can't wait. Hopefully it happens. That's what I would love to see the UFC pull the rabbit out of the hat and then just announce that fight. I would just love to see that happen. I would absolutely love it. But I'm not like confident that happens. I'd again love to see it happen. But I'm not confident that it happens. What did I miss? You didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure confident I have been for a while. I think if Belal wins, it's Ilya. It's Islam Ilya. If JDM wins, it's Ilya Charles. Could be. Could be. John takes care of Tom fairly easily. I'm going to be honest. If it never happens, I'm not even that upset about it because I know who wins. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree prediction. I'm going Jamal Hill. Jones destroys Tom's puncher's chance ass. What's funny, if John beats him and then retires, it ruins the entire heavyweight division. It ruins the entire heavyweight division. It really does. $317 still not announced. No, it's Dana White's gone into hiding. I guess he's too busy hanging out with the Nelk boys. That's it. He's playing poker with Nelk or some of those other weirdo influencers he hangs out with. Dana White wife interview. She's too busy at home. Potentially being cheated on. probably being cheated on. If we're being honest. We know that for a fact. John Dog walks Tom. He's playing poker with his bull. He's got his bull. Damn, his bull died. He got a new bull quick. Fuck it. UFC 317 Zuckerberg Musk. That sounds like the moves. Remember they sold shirts? Dana is so obsessed with money. It's crazy. Which is just wild. That he wanted to put on that because he was like, oh, this will make so much. This will make so much. Imagine that if they announce Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane, I'm going to die laughing. It's going to be so shit. For once, the UFC shittiness is a popular opinion. That's, you know how nice that is for me for a change? Like, you guys know how nice that is when we have a shitty ass fight made and the MMA community actually agrees with me? For a nice change of pace. For a nice change of pace. Tom has COVID. It's over for him. Did you hear MMA Guru's challenge? Do you know? I don't care about him. Bro, a man has to cheat. No hate for that. Okay, just make some fights. Hey, Joey, how does me and you go? I think I brutally slump you out cold. Can you imagine Islam Gaethje, Tom gone? I'm done. I'd throw up. I'd legit throw up. I'd legit throw up. You know how shitty that would be? You know how shit that would be? It would be so shit. We need a face-to-face sit-down. Vittori deletes A3 Apex co-main. Honestly, if the UFC keeps making shitty fights like this, I don't even know how do I keep covering the sport? Like, we need something exciting. Why can't we get anything good? Give me Aspinall Jones. Give me Aspinall Jones. Give me Islam Arman. Give me Topuria Charles. Give me Khamzat DDP. Imagine if you bought tickets in Plains Fair for $317 and have no idea what the fuck's going on. I know. I'd be pissed. I'd be absolutely livid. Topuria Makhachev, we need it. I don't know that we need it. It's a banger. They already messed up 317. Whichever champ is going to need to defend his title is going to do so under pressure with no full camp. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't think we'll ever get an answer to it. That's the thing that sucks. We'll have to figure it out. Man, that water tastes so damn good. That's a badass fight. We need Dana's little badass. We need Dana's little badass to come out the woodworks. Dana didn't do anything. Islam messed up. It's so obvious you're not holding Islam accountable for mess. How do I got to hold Islam accountable? How do you know? Prove it to me. Because Topuria says stuff publicly. For all we know, they're not even targeting that fight. You're trusting Topuria. You're a fucking idiot, bro. It's so crazy how biased you are. You got extreme biased. And you're such a dumb fuck. It's so obvious, man. Islam has said absolutely nothing publicly. Oh, Habib said he wants to fight Arman because he's a deserving contender. Like, you're just making shit up. But it doesn't matter. Again, if Islam fights Topuria, he was forced. If he doesn't fight him, he's ducking. Has nothing to do with the UFC. Islam is the god of UFC, not Dana White. So, his team has nowhere in any way, shape, or form said, we're not fighting this guy. Yeah, the Ilya dick sucking is crazy, bro. The Ilya Topuria dick sucking dude's literally done nothing. Topuria's legit done nothing, and somehow people act like he's a god. Oh, he beat a washed-up Volkanovski who was softened up. Like, Topuria has not earned a lightweight title shot, even though it's the fight that I would personally rather see if it's not Arman. Ilya's done nothing to earn a title shot. He won 2 good fights in his entire fucking career. Same with Tom, though it's so stupid. The Tom shit's a little bit different, though, because the UFC's stalling him out. But, yeah, the fans do have no clue. Yeah, Tom barely has any good wins. But heavyweight sucks, so it's a little bit different with Tom. Riding Ilya is not about Ilya. It's about Islam hate. Yeah, basically. I used to be called an Ilya fanboy. A couple months ago, I was being called an Ilya fanboy. Who remembers that? Volk coming off a short notice turnaround from being brutally KO'd and an overrated Max Holloway. Okay. I'm not buying the can't make 45 excuse, buddy. You're 5'2". I know. It's nothing. It's an excuse, dude. I'm just pissed. Topuria's a duck, man. He ducked Arman. He ducked Charles. He ducked Mavsar. He ducked Gene Silva. Topuria's a duck, and I'm sick of it. We're not going to give a duck a title shot. That's my take. Topuria's a duck. He ducked Volkanovski in the rematch. He ducked Mavsar, and he ducked Gene Silva. Topuria can definitely make the weight. Yeah, he just wanted a second title. That's all he wanted. Of course, you're going to be a fan because you're picking him over Max. No fights being offered to Aspinall. Fans be like, where's this guy's highlights? Aspinall's in a shitty spot. I do understand that. Yeah, I picked against Max, so I loved Ilya. Now I'm not worshiping the ground Topuria walks on, so that means I must hate Topuria. That's the God honest truth around here. So why does Justin get a title shot? I guess because he has a win in the weight class. He's coming off a win in the weight class, unlike Topuria. Wow, Topuria's a duck, not wanting and is wanting to fight Islam makes so much sense. Exactly, it does. I'm being dead serious. Topuria is kind of an embarrassment. Like, bro, you beat a weakened Volkanovski and an overrated Max Holloway. And now you think you get to go up a weight class and demand a title shot when you've defended your belt one time? I hope Topuria never gets a title shot. I'd rather Islam say, okay, I'll vacate it. Fight over scraps, you bums. So, I think you should just have to win at least 3 fights after your loss to get another title shot. I don't know what a hard rule should be, but you should have to have a win streak to get a title shot for sure. The Ilya Max interview video, the comments were calling you biased for Topuria. Now all of a sudden you dislike him. I'm just saying, people are acting like he's godly because he has 2 good wins in his entire career, and both of them are borderline questionable, which I respect both wins, but I'm just saying. Like, to act like he gets to move up and demand a title shot while ducking all the contenders in his weight class. I mean, he ducked all the contenders in his weight class because he defended the belt one time. Get the fuck out of here. The more I think about it, the more I don't want Islam to fight him at all. Like, nah, don't fight him at all. Don't even give him that opportunity. Ilya's a spoiled little bitch, man. Ilya acts like a spoiled fucking brat. Fuck him. It pisses me off. It makes me... I want the Islam Topuria fight. If it's not going to be Arman, that's the fight I want. But it makes me not want it because he does... Like, we're giving him an undeserved title shot. Ilya's getting an undeserved title shot. Both guys Ilya beat are arguably past their prime. Yeah, I mean, Max has been past his prime. Hasn't been champion in fucking a decade. And people still act like Max is godly because he eye-poked Justin Gaethje and KO'd him. Objectively, he did not clean out the division, which is the worst part. I know, and there were so many great fights there to be had. The Mavsar fight would have been incredible. I want to see the best fight the best, regardless of whether it's deserved. Well, then you don't know who's the best then. The best versus the best is Islam versus Arman. So you don't want to see the best versus the best then. Unless that's what you're pulling for. Topuria needs to go back down to featherweight. And so does Max. After Max gets beaten up by Poirier, Max is going to pull the ultimate PMF move and move on back down to featherweight. Now that Daddy Topuria has left. Have you checked Holloway's record before calling him overrated? You know the record has nothing to do with him being overrated or underrated, right? It has to do with his perceived skill set versus reality. Oh my God. He doesn't have, the only decent win he has in the last 5 years is Justin Gaethje. Oh no, we went 0-3 against Volkanovski and got the dog shit beat out of him in all 3 fights. And then he ran away from Topuria like a twinkle toes little bitch. Why would Max do that when he has all these fights at lightweight? Because he's never beating Islam or Topuria. He could still win a belt at featherweight. I don't think he gets by Mavsar, but he could. You know, I think it's much more manageable than lightweight. I mean, imagine if Topuria somehow becomes champion one way or another. Belal, if he beats JDM, he needs to get a middleweight title shot. That's what we need to demand. So, yeah, Ian really hid behind a baby. You know what? Just for saying something so dumb, because you have no critical thinking ability, you have no brain in your head, I'm literally timing you out for being a bum. Sit out for 10 minutes. That's the dumbest narrative, and it's not even true. You think Belal would fight Khamzat? I know he would fight Khamzat. If he goes back after Dustin beats him again 3 times, that'd be the most embarrassing thing he would have done. And I'm telling you, he probably will. I'm telling you, he probably will. And in all honesty, I thought he won that second fight against Alex, but the third one, he got the dog shit made out of them, the first one. Yeah, I mean, the second one was the closest one, but he lost all 3, in my opinion. I thought Volk won all 3 of them. The fact that Islam and Ilya are both in training camps, I think that's the fight that's going to happen. Yeah, there's a reason it's not announced. You making a video on Belal's beef with Hill? He posted a picture of a shirt. If Max vs. Poirier is close, people say Ilya deserves the fight. Ruthie? Oh, he beat Dan Hooker, Rufy, Justin, Charles, even Patty. Way more banger fights. Way more banger fights doesn't mean he wants a path to the title. Max is overinflated by the fans, man. He's overinflated by the fans. The truth. I don't want to see Gaethje in a title fight anytime soon. Me either. They're going to wait till after 315 and announce 317. That's crazy if so. That really is nuts. If so. I just know the UFC sandbagging news right now, and it's so annoying. Joey, isn't it insane how much of a favorite Bo Nickal is? I haven't seen it, but it probably is insane. The Dustin Max fight fucked up the division. I think Baldy's waiting for 315 to announce 317. If Belal wins, it'll be Islam versus Topuria. With Charles is back up, with JDM wins, it'll be Topuria versus Charles with Islam fighting JDM. That's wild. You think he's going to wait that long? You think Islam's going to wait till the later? I mean, how fast is JDM going to turn around, you think? Have you noticed the heavyweight is so cooked? Even if we get Jones Aspinall, what's next? I've been saying that literally for years. I swear on my life you could find a video from 3 years ago of me saying that. The division shit, man. It's because they don't pay their fighters, man. The division shit. Heavyweight's dog shit. Joey, bums don't understand Ilya when he vacated was the champ who deserved the less to get an immediate title shot in another division. Pantoja, Marab, Islam, Belal, DDP, Inc. Agreed. All those guys deserve double champ status more than he did. For show. For show, for show, for show. I think I'll be in Australia September if JDM beats Belal and doesn't get too damaged. Islam will wait for a welterweight title shot. Damn, isn't that crazy? I would feel bad for Belal because he's never getting another opportunity again. They'll never give him. He doesn't have enough time to put on a 13-fight win streak. And that's what he's going to need again to get a title shot. He has to be undeniable, which is sad. Shows what a shitty sport this is. They'll say he lost his first title defense. But I think he beats JDM anyway. So it's no point in waiting. Almeida Aspinall will be fun for like 50 seconds. I think it'd be fun in general. I think it'd go either way. If Belal loses, he should move up to middleweight and fight Strickland. Just sucks they'll never give him another opportunity, even if he wins fights. Joey Dana might as well announce Islam Topuria tomorrow because we all know Belal is going to beat the shit out of JDM. Probably. I don't see JDM winning, but he does have that KO power. Hi, Joey. I just watched Armin Gamrot for the first time and immediately felt the need to have my post-fight Joey fix. Was happy to see that you covered it and enjoyed your live versus rematch scoring. What did I score it live and what did I score it on the rewatch? I know that's what you meant. I don't remember. I think live I thought it was 3-2 Armin maybe. I don't remember. I think I scored it for Armin live and scored it for live Armin, but I might have changed it a little bit differently. Let's be real transparent in here. DDP fucked 317 announcement up when he pulled out and turned down Islam. They turned towards Islam, Ilya, and DDP duck Boar's facts. DDP doesn't want that Khamzat smoke. Belal run to the title. Maya, Wonderboy, Luque, Brady, Burns. You add Edwards. Belal is clearly more deserving than Bum Topuria to go up. Facts, 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 facts. Armin Gamrot was a great fight. Oh my God, the scrambles were incredible in that fight. If Islam fights another featherweight bum, we will all not watch it. 4-1 Armin live and thought it was a robbery. Upon rematch, 3-2 Armin and was close. Not an egregious decision to go to Gamrot. Damn. Yeah, I knew I scored it for Armin, but I just couldn't remember what I said. But there was a horrible scorecard in there. I did watch a video you catching Drickus' coach slipping up saying he did have an injury. He did. He did slip up. That was a good catch, wasn't it? I don't know if apparently only one other person pointed that out. 10-7 MMA. Keeps autocorrecting rematch. Wow, autocorrect. Yeah, Frankie Gray Maynard was insane. Was insane, man. Frankie somehow survived and came back in both of them. I need UFC to pay me back 25 minutes in time for that 312 main event. Oh, my God. Dricus versus Sean Strickland. Dog doo-doo. Absolute dog doo-doo. Absolute dog doo-doo. Joey, you should watch one. I should. I need to watch more of one. I went to the third fight in Houston. That's crazy. Strickland is such a duke. DDP doesn't want to do anything to do with Chimaev. He was hoping he waits long enough Chimaev will get sick. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that, but the coach interview definitely didn't do him any favors. It made him look scared of him. I broke my nose for you guys. You didn't fight. I'm going to be honest. If Khamzat DDP doesn't happen for some reason or another, I'll never forgive the UFC for doing Strickland versus DDP. I'll never forgive him for that. Huzefa, were you here when I just mentioned you? If not, rewind like 5 minutes. I just mentioned you. I was reading about DDP's coach. Thank you for the $10. Bro, is there a tiny small possibility that perhaps the reason why International Fight Week has not been announced is because maybe, just maybe, they're trying to make Jones Aspinall? I'm just praying that's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Yes. The UFC wants Jones Aspinall for the main event. But Jones wants to fight at MSG in November. That's what I understand. I don't know if they've given up on it yet. Jones has been posting cryptic shit. There's something cryptic. Aspinall's been saying cryptic shit. The UFC might just shock us and book Aspinall Jones. So good call, Huzefa. Good call, man. It's a very good call. But, yeah, it wasn't anything crazy that I mentioned, so you don't really have to go back. But I did just watch you. Thank you for the $9.99, man. That'd be crazy if it happens. Jones is posting cryptic shit. Tom's posting cryptic shit. There's definitely some staunch negotiations going on with Dana and Jones. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what actually ends up happening. Thank you for the $9.99. Thank you for the $1.99 Huzafa, bro. If it's Jones Aspinall, I will lose my mind. I hope that you lose your mind. Joey's posting cryptic shit. It's getting real bummy around here, dude. Shut up. It's getting extra bummy around here lately, boys. Getting extra bummy around here. I love how Jones is messing with fans, the UFC and Tom. Yeah, Jones is the ultimate troll, man. He's the ultimate troll. So we really don't know what's going on. We genuinely don't know what's going on. I wish we could find out, though. Damn. Wish I would have saw that. Joey, does Belal dump JDM on his bald spot? Hopefully. Hold out for another 6 months and then retire. I hope that doesn't happen. Ask for $50 million at this point and then blame Dana and retire. When I was watching your video about DDP's coach, and when I was saying Alex is shit in the clinch on the ground and only got one hook and a low kick, you were in the background with the I told you so. I mean, how long have I been saying that, bro? How long have I been saying that? People are like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. You never stepped in the cage, bro. Bro, you never stepped in the cage, man. Well, there's a coach telling you, bitch. Beach boy. What's with the UFC and bald spots? I don't know. Jones beat everyone he needed to. Tom Aspinall beat some guy named Sergey. True. Tay2 in the building. My dog showed back up. Tay2 showed up around here in this community with the $1.99. You're so cute with your little bow tie. Look at his bow tie, boys. Let me put it up there. Anyway, Tay2 showed up. UFC sucks some hardcore balls this year so far. They're not making the fights we want to see. No. No, sir. That's gonna be a big no for me. That's gonna be a double no for me. You try to steal sock. But yeah, the UFC has sucked some hardcore balls this year. Every fight they're making outside of Ankalaev, Topuria is horseshit. That's the truth. That's what it is. Dana has the biggest bald spot. Yeah, I'm going to drop him on his bald spot. I dropped Joey on his bald spot. You wouldn't stand a chance. Dude, wild thing is Miss Makhachev on this stream is actually Islam's wife. Okay. Doubt it. I haven't seen her. Is she in here? I won't lie. If Dana announces Jones Aspinall International Fight Week, that might be the greatest replacement main event ever because we all know Dricus Khamzat was supposed to be the main event. Did he try to steal your shoes? No. That was funny. Honestly, Alex isn't really that skilled. He just has a nuclear option and waits for people to make a mistake. Look at a guy like Belal who doesn't have KO power and actually outclasses people. Dude, it's funny hearing a coach say that, isn't it, though? I mean, it really is funny hearing a coach say that. I think it's Jones Aspinall for International Fight. We consider rumors with Islam and Ilya in training camp. It's impossible to know right now. Shout out Tay2 for the 199 and his triumphant return. Muhammad Makhachev with a dope knee KO in the karate combat. I seen it was more of a teep kick finish, though. He hurt him with teep kicks. How many times I said Poirier versus Max and you never reacted? What do you mean? No, bro. Don't even ask that shit, Camille. My dog doesn't go after other dogs. Damn. Joey, by God, I swear Conor was the most deserving to get double championship at lightweight. Now then Ilya beat Aldo Mendez. No. Lost in 8 Diaz. I'd assume UFC strategy team knows they can wait another few weeks to announce 317 because it will not impact pay-per-view sales or ticket sales. I guess it's in Vegas. Makhachev has second longest win streak in flyweight history, by the way, tied with Pantoja at 7. That's insane, man, and they don't sign him. That video is insane. You can buy tickets for UFC X and UFC 317 right now without a single fighter announcement. What's UFC X? People are acting like Pereira was some untouchable god on the feet and he's losing rounds to Camille, Izzy, and Yan. Dude, I know. It seems like a no-brainer now, but before people were telling me I was crazy for saying that. Legit, I've been saying that for how long? Joey, stranded on an island with your dog, time is running out. One has to eat the other. I'm not killing my dog, bro. Ankalaev speed and boxing was too much for him. Pereira's never taken that rematch. I don't even know what Ryan Garcia looks like, bro. I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't pay attention to influencer boxing. Some people were putting Pereira top 5 all time. What a joke. Bro, they were acting like he was godly. They were acting like he's godly. Really acting like he's godly. It was just craziness. Like, bro, calm your happy ass down. DDP's coach seemed mad in the interview that Alex got exposed by a one-trick pony and they lost out on a huge payday. He was talking to him in such disdain. Slid in, he'll go to boxing. I know. Because you know what they were thinking, man, we can get up to light heavyweight. We can get a couple wins at middleweight. If we can get up to light heavyweight, dude, we can expose him badly and get a big win. But what he was saying was facts. What he legit was saying was facts, man. It's the truth. DDP would smoke Pereira at 185. I said that for a while. And I wasn't even the biggest believer in DDP. Pereira was never the best light heavyweight at any moment. Dude was protected for years. I would agree, man. I would agree. He was protected. I was calling that out for a long time. It was annoying. How do you call yourself the champion and you're not willing to fight the next best guy in the weight class? But partially UFC's fault, partially his fault. I'm not going to blame him wholeheartedly. I don't think he's scared. Alex is already higher on the GOAT list than Habib. Fans, I know. Oh, those fans have been extinct since 313. Big Ank restored order. I just can't believe. I don't know how you pick Pereira over Ank. I don't know how you pick Pereira over Ank. Ank also shut down Jones' Pereira fight, which is great because Pereira would have won. Jones would have tried for that, and he might have gotten it. He might have got. Look at that wingspan, boys. Look at that crazy wingspan right there. Look at that. Can't even get this one in there. Hold on, I gotta lean this way. Look at that. Look at that crazy wingspan, boys. So pissed I switched my pick. Was picking Ank the whole time, but switched to Pereira after Hill Yuri fight. Seeing those two go to war, I thought Pereira had ungodly power. Seeing those two go to war. Pereira Hill? Dude, the Hill fight guaranteed me Ank was going to win. But that is annoying if you had Ank the whole time and you switch your pick. That's legit annoying as hell. I'd be pissed. Legit be pissed. I'm still pissed about my Rob O'Malley pick. Remember his fans thinking you were trolling saying Ankalaev outclasses him everywhere, and I've seen every day in the stream leading up. I got so much shit for that. I said he beats him in a striking match. I don't know. Nobody's really told me. I know there's people that probably picked Ank. But I don't know if people really believed in Ank the way I believed in Ank and his striking and everything. I was called straight up delusional for thinking Ankalaev outclasses him on the feet. And that's exactly what he did. I'm so grateful he did that. Pereira did nothing. I can't wait if they rematch. If they rematch, I'm going to be hard as a rock. Laughing again. He has no chance. He's not. I promise you he's not touching him. He's going to need a fluke injury. He's going to need a fluke injury, basically. That's what he's going to need. Only English I heard from Ank is Alex, stop running away. No Shama. What a G. No Shama. No Shama. No Shama. No Shama. No Shama. Ankalaev time. No Shama. Dude told Alex stop running like a bitch. And he kept winning and winning and winning. They tried to make him disappear. So, can't say there was anybody that was 100% picking Ank besides you. People would say, I'm picking Ank, but I'm not surprised if Alex goes out there and wins. You shut all that down. I know. I had no doubt in my mind in that one. Huzaifa, your picks are really good. Do you study tape? Yes. Not crazy, though. I used to do way more, and it would cost me like 8 hours on my Sunday. Now, if I feel hard a certain way, like one way or another, like I feel passionate like about a pick, I'll just watch like 1 or 2 fights just to kind of brush up on it, and then I just go with the pick I thought. But I used to watch like at least 2 fights from every fighter on every card. But like if you have a fight like for example, Corey Sandhagen versus Figgy. I knew I was going Sandhagen. What's the point of wasting time watching multiple fights on those guys? But yeah, I don't just blindly make picks. I still spend I would say at least 2 hours looking at footage. If it's like a really dumb fight that I don't care about that much, and I don't like, I'm gonna break down for a minute and a half, and nobody is even gonna watch it, and I know who I'm picking. There's a chance, like if it's a really shitty like prelim, I won't watch any tape that I just vaguely remember. But that's it. I don't overdo it. I don't underdo it. It's something I've changed my process on. Because I learned when I started watching too much fight tape, it started fucking with my picks, man. There's so many times I switched to pick because I watched fight tape, and then I had a pretty passionate, confident pick, and then I end up being wrong on it because of that. But yeah, Huzaifa, thank you for the pick credit, because so many people give me shit, man. Your picks are shit, bro. Out of about 1,500 picks I have on Tapology, I got about a 63% pick rate. In 2025, I'm almost at a 70% clip. I'm at 66.3. I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be kind of shitty, though. I just got a gut feeling. There's so many fights that seem like no-brainers that I feel like could go the other way. UFC being extra bummy around here. Kyle, you're preaching to the choir. I only remember one pick you got wrong since I've known of this channel, UFC 308. Well, what did I get wrong on 308? I picked Chimaev and I picked Topuria. RDA smoking bum nickel, I hope. You think you get to 80%? No. 80%'s impossible, bro. Low-key, watching tape sometimes makes you think of a fighter, sees mistakes you see, and they really don't. Most fighters are dumb. Yeah, I overcomplicate it watching too much tape, and that's why I stopped. And if I'm confident in a pick, I tend not to change it. I tend not to change it now. That's the God honest truth. Because almost every time I'm confident in a pick and I change it, I get pissed. Alex should cash out his Usyk fight before he lowers hype level. He's not doing that. Don't switch picks. If I didn't do that, I only have 2 main events this year wrong. Robocop and Emmett. How many you got wrong this year? Can somebody give me my main event record? Can somebody give me my main event record? Do they know? I got every pay-per-view right this year, but that's not that crazy. Can anyone else say they have every pay-per-view this year? I would love to know my main event pick prediction rate this year. I don't know if anyone knows or not. Where's Chase when you need him? Besides the obvious, what are the big fights we need? Besides the obvious, Nasruddin Imavov, Caio Borralho, Ian Machado Gary versus Shavkat Rakhmonov 2. Nah, low key, he needs to beat up Colby still. Remember RoboCop and Cannonier fight? How the hell does RoboCop make middleweight? Dude look like 230. And how does he have 1 round of cardio? I got 5 wrong. RoboCop, Vittori, Pereira, Emmett, Prates. Damn, I got every single one of those right. Hypa, how many fights total were there this year? That's how I'll do it real quick. How many fights total were there this year so far, main events? Because you know your record. How many fights total this year? Because I'll just count how many I got wrong, and then I know. Don't need to... How many total main events have there been this year? Come on, come on, come on. What are some obvious fights we need? I gave a couple. Caio versus Nasruddin. Thank you for the $2, Tay2. I appreciate your $2. I really want Charles Topuria. I want Ian Gary in a big welterweight matchup. I'm trying to think the other obvious. Anyway, 14 total. 14 total. UFC major results. So let me see. Right, wrong. Right. This one I didn't pick, but if I would have done picks, I would have picked Cop, so I'll count that as right, wrong. So that's 2 wrong. Right, wrong. That's 3 wrong. Right. So I'm 11-3 right now in main events. I got Adesanya wrong. I got Gregory Rodriguez wrong. And I got Edwards Brady wrong, which I switched last minute. I'm sucking at picks this year. It happens. I feel like my picks used to be top tier before I did more research. And so... now I'm kind of cutting back a little bit, and I feel like I'm killing it this year. I'm hoping to not get a single pay-per-view main event wrong this year. That's what I'm hoping for. Belal, you better not let me down. Don't let me down. You've been more accurate than High Jav Picks, which is a betting page I used to watch. He had Carlos by knockout. He said the cigarettes don't matter. He smokes Ian Gary. You just jinxed it, I know, but I don't. It is what it is. I don't believe in that. I'm not that superstitious, but hopefully that isn't true. I feel like this week could be a bloodbath for everyone. There's so many like obvious picks, but I think they could go wrong. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. I'm a little bit nervous for show. For show. I'm getting that for show. I'd be pissed on Edwards' pick, bro. I thought Brady would destroy him. Liam being overrated. Agreed. Your tweet saying that Ilya is trying to force the UFC's hand on 317 card is really onto something. I haven't seen anyone else say that yet. I really believe that's the case. The way he said it so many times, man. The way he said it so many times. It's told me all I need to know. It's told me all I need to know. What fight makes you the most nervous and why? What fight would you guys say I was most nervous for this year? I don't remember. Justin is not getting a shot. He needs 5 more wins. Fair enough. I don't know what fight I was most nervous for this year. I can't say. Joe, I can already feel Islam versus Justin for 317. Best case scenario would be Armin to fight on the card against Hooker or whatever, and they replace Justin. Umar Marab, nah. Wasn't really nervous for that fight at all. It was a great fight. I enjoyed that fight. What time do the fights come on this weekend? We have the prelims starting at 7 p.m. Damn. Most nervous for this year, Adesanya Mavov. You know, it was probably Pereira Ankalaev. Even though I was so confident, I was still nervous that Pereira would fluke a win. Big Ank versus Alex was most nervous I've seen from you for a fight before the fight started, but after the first round, you were so confident. I hate when I start acting confident during a fight because I just feel like I'm going to get fucked. Like, I was so confident Belal was going to beat Leon, and then after he shot that takedown in 20 seconds, I knew it was over, but I was so paranoid somehow Leon was going to win. But yeah, I don't see you guys experience the streams. I'm experiencing my life, so it's not like I can remember really like how I came off. But I was nervous that somehow Pereira would fluke a win, and I was going to be so annoyed because everyone was going to tell me they told me so. I told you so. I told you so. I can't believe people were saying Pereira could have won that fight. I remember the judges were real bad for 313. Yeah, didn't we have a couple really bad scorecards? We had a couple really bad scorecards, didn't we? I vaguely remember that. Bombs, hit the like button. Everybody like the stream. If you would. If you would like the stream, like the stream, like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. It takes 2 seconds. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Would be real slick. Would be real slick if you guys subscribe to the channel. Pereira only won 1 round, and he barely even won that one. Yeah, some dude flat out got robbed in like the second or third fight of the night, and I remember you saying after that, how can you let it go to the scorecards? Let me see what fight that was out of curiosity. I remember that there was like a brutal robbery on that card, but I don't remember what fight it was. Boop, 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 boop. Isn't it crazy? That was like 2 months ago now. It was... Was it Marion Santos, Francis Marshall? I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. That had to be what it was. Or did Ozzy Diaz, Jordan Santos, was that a brutal robbery? I don't remember. Yup, Santos Marshall. I'd prefer Patty over Justin for a title shot. I agree. I agree for sure. Pereira coping after the ankle loss looked really bad. I know. He was saying he believes he won. He thought he won. How could anyone think he won? How did he come out publicly and say he thought he won? Remember Ariel was saying that shit too? Remember when Ariel was saying that shit too? Ariel was like, Poetan won, I scored it. And then he changed it because the fan sentiment was going crazy. The Poetards disappeared. Sirogan Volkov was the worst robbery. The Sirogan Volkov robbery was horrible. Ariel backtracked, but I think it's only because he'd seen the fans weren't running with it. If the fans were running with it, I promise you he would have went with it. I promise you he would have. I'm still convinced. I never believed it for the longest time. I said, nah, I doubt it's that. I don't think it's that. I am now convinced that people are right when they say Ariel doesn't like Muslim fighters. I'm convinced now, basically. Which is crazy because I didn't believe it at one point in time. Someone needs to make a gif of Ariel shooting them believe bows and saying Shama, Shama, Shama. That shit was cringe, Tony. That shit was cringy as hell. Joey, should I like the stream? You should, bro. I'm convinced you're in love with Muslim fighters. Apparently, a lot of people think that, but it's just simply not true. I don't care what your religion is. It's crazy that because I address all the bullshit narratives the shitty fans make up about certain fighters because of their religion, it means I am some type of fanboy for a certain religion. I mean, that's just crazy. Tay2, thank you for the $199. What car are you driving? How come it's a Nissan Leaf? It's not a Nissan Leaf, bro. It's not a Nissan Leaf. The only thing I ride is your mother. So, last time... What are you talking about? But yeah, Ariel's a fucking clown, man. He's a clown. Armin doesn't need to fight anyone. He's by far the most deserving contender. Agreed. Sucks. Ariel really doesn't like Muslim fighters, especially the ones that are top tier of their division. The only one he's kind of be indifferent about was Khabib. There's a clear bias there from Ariel for sure. Random question. Do you think Dom Reyes won the fight against Jones? I thought it could have went either way. People called it a brutal robbery just because they didn't expect Jones to lose. 3, 4, and 5 clearly went to Jones. 1 and 2 clearly went to Reyes. 3 was 50-50. If anyone thinks Dom Reyes clearly won, I think they're a little bit crazy. Funny thing is, Josh Smith, he's usually right. What are you talking about? Tell me last time you called against a Muslim fighter. You can't. What do you mean called against a Muslim fighter? Not picked a Muslim fighter? I'm sure it's happened plenty of times. But I don't look up people's religions before I pick them. It's not my fault those picks end up being right. I almost want to see what Ariel said about Kamaru Khamzat fight. What must have been a real tough fight for him. To find someone to hate the Ali Abdelaziz or Ali Abdelaziz fighter or a Muslim fighter. True. There you go. I picked Adesanya. Look, people, it's the craziest thing that I get. And the people who disagree with me will never believe me. When I defend the bullshit narratives that fans conjure up about fighters because of their religion, you guys know it only hurts my channel. People say, "Oh, you pander for clicks and you get this and that." It only hurts my channel. Now, there's people who stick around and like, "Oh, this dude speaks facts," because they know it's true as well. But if anything, it hurts my channel. But for some reason, people think it helps my channel. The people who are smart enough to know kind of what goes on in the MMA community, they know if I went along with essentially using fake narratives to shit on Muslim fighters, I'd probably have 100,000 subscribers by now. I would almost guarantee. If I call Islam a cheater for the whole IV controversy, I say, what else could there be? Let me see. Let me think of one. If I go with the narrative that Ankalaev is ducking him because he doesn't want to fight during Ramadan, even though it never happened, these people would be like, "Oh, yes, Joey, let me subscribe, let me like." So it is what it is. I just try to be fair and unbiased. I don't take into account religion, and I give my analysis. Pereira demanded Brazil. Facts. Pereira demanded Brazil. What's going on with Francis? No idea. You picked Oliveira over Islam. I did. Tay2 with another 199. Believe it or not, Tay2 is also Muslim. Fair enough. What the fuck does people's religion have to do with it? This is the UFC, not a religious call. Some people just don't like certain fighters because of their religion. It's very weird and bizarre. I never really realized it until I started the channel, really. Man alive, that sucks. Bashing a fighter because of their religion would mean you get more views. Yeah, I know it is actually sad, but I don't care. I'll build a loyal community. That's what I'm doing. We'll be at 50K soon. 50K is the goal that I'm really targeting right now. People really treat these fights as a crusade. I know. Facts, man, your best agent takes have some of your most controversial takes. Look at 313, the Ngannou situation. Ian Gary people unsub from those because they hate being proven wrong by Joe. Oh, I know. If you notice my Gary post fights recently got shit views, it's because people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. My most controversial takes, I would say on the channel, the controversial takes that I quote unquote die on the hill on, I would say I'm hitting 100%, if not 99%. I would say 99%, 100%, somewhere around there. I mean, it's just crazy. And if you've been watching for a long time, you know, you're like, damn, I got to watch this dude. I got to watch it. If you've been watching for a while, you know you have to watch because of how good I call certain shit. The only thing I can remember that I died on a hill for, and I was wrong, was I said Khamzat would run through Robert Whittaker and steal the title shot from Sean Strickland. That's the only one I can think of, and I got fucked on that one. That should have been what happened. I've been watching for a while, and I think you pick who you honestly think will win, or maybe a tendency to pick wrestlers aside from your Lord Adesanya. I'm not emotionally a weirdo. Why would I not pick who I think is going to win? Like me picking someone because I want them to win doesn't make them win. Ian Gary's really good. Can't deny his skills at this point. And I've been saying that for a while. I've been beating the Ian Gary drum for a while. Ian Machado Gary. Joey, it's so good to know that Jeremy Stevens will get absolutely slaughtered to open up the main card, hopefully. I did not pick Bo. The fans are weird. They act like they know everything about these fighters because they watch a few interviews. True. Great video on Dricus' coach. I love the subtle details you pick out, like him walking back instantly about the fight dates. I agree he's probably hiding an injury, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him either. I'm glad Strickland got the title shot because when DDP dominated him and shut down the whole he got robbed narrative, and we're still getting DDP Khamzat. I love that DDP just dominated him and it was a shit fight. Like, I love that he not only dominated him, but it was a shit fight too. Because that's what they deserved. I, for one, am a fan because your honesty and willingness to tell who don't judge fighters. Because of your honesty and your willingness to tell those who don't judge fighters by the right standards to go fuck themselves. Exactly. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Tony Two-Tone. Cuddy Face. Thank you for the $10 dono. What started the beef between Ali and Ariel? I swear I can't remember. Loving your channel, by the way. Keep up the great work and content. You know what's weird that you say that? I don't remember either. I think it was some type of interview Ariel did with somebody else that Ali didn't like. I cannot remember that for the life of me. And I feel bad now because I can't answer you with your $10 super chat. I don't remember, man. I really don't remember. And I can't necessarily trust someone to answer it in chat. But it's been a long time, man. It's almost erased from my memory. I don't have that much room in my brain anymore. It's almost been a decade of beef, bro. It started during Ariel's show. What was the initial thing? Remind me, and maybe I'll remember. Maybe try to jog my memory. It was the interview with Mick Raper. You know, it might have been that. I thought it was an interview with another fighter that talked some shit about like Ali or some other fighter, and Ali didn't like it, so he said, fuck you. But thank you for the $10, Cuddy Face. Appreciate you, brother. Is your 315 picks coming out tomorrow? Probably Sunday or Monday. Definitely Sunday or Monday. It'll probably be Monday, actually. I seen Makhachev's Karate Combat win. I seen it. Let me actually look at 315 right quick. Upcoming 315. We got 12 fights. Boom, boom, boom. Damn. Pick 'em. Jazz the Vicious against Andrade. 79% are picking. Ratke Malat, Barrio, Silva, St. Denis, Alvarez, Aldo Zahabi, Silva, Grasso, Shevchenko, Fior. I'll try to see if I can get them out Sunday. Ali realized the racism in Ariel just like we do. It's possible. But I think Ali can get a little crazy. Stand up needed is minimum since it follows from the clinch. Okay. Why is Ariel still relevant? He just is, man. Makhachev fight was trash. He got to finish, bro. Ali's always been well known. I got JDM, Fior, Aldo, Grasso, Alvarez. How are you picking JDM over Belal? I hope Belal just KOs JDM. That'd be the funniest shit ever. Why does the UFC seem to dislike Aldo? I don't know. I think he was threatening to go to another organization, and they re-signed him to a contract they didn't like. So now they're just shitting on him. And I said that. I promise you the craziest thing is, does anybody remember where I said the UFC hates Aldo? It wasn't even on this channel. Anyone remember where I said the UFC hates Aldo? Anyone know? Any of the frequent watchers know? But the UFC definitely is not fond of Aldo. I think he strong-armed them for a better contract. Do you think the UFC makes mistakes for letting Muhammad Makhachev? Yes, Makhachev should still be in the UFC. I don't think Ali Dude was an informant. I don't like his attitude. He's too big-headed to talking shit to his fighters. I get it. It was on Ioli's stream. I did a stream with Ioli, and I was telling them, they were saying, like, Aldo this, Aldo that. I said, they're going to give him a shit fight next. I said, they're going to give him a shit fight next. I said, they're going to give him a shit fight next. That's a facts. That's the fact of the matter. Hold on one second. Ariel has combat experience or no? No idea. Did you touch base with Belal? I put in a word for you. You just made that up. Jay, if Islam Topuria happens, I really feel like it's going to be a nasty build-up when it comes to trash talk. And then Topuria is going to get embarrassed most likely, and it's going to be hilarious. Were you watching the fights tomorrow? Probably in this chair. Have you seen the UFC walkouts possibly being removed for cost cutting? They may use the stock music produced. It's possible. On reruns, they change the music. If they show the walkouts, they change the music. You said me and Belal can confirm. Ebad is connected to Belal, apparently. Dre, if Usman beats Buckley, I think the UFC will do Belal, Usman later this year. And if that's the case, Gary should fight Leon. Yeah, Gary should fight Leon and then call for a title shot. Funny enough, the fate of lightweight and welterweight rely on Belal winning, so I'm kind of rooting for him, although I think JDM wins. How do you think JDM wins? Do you think he just clips him at some point in time? I think that's the only way you can bet on JDM. Is say at some point he clips him. Joe, are you wearing pants? What do you think? What do you think? Who's the highest on Dana's shit list in your opinion? Ngannou. Ngannou. Francis Ngannou. Dopest UFC walkouts mine is Izzy's Undertaker walkout. Yeah, but he put on a shit performance afterwards, so it's not that good. Dopest walkouts. I don't know. I'll say Ian Machado, Gary. Just to rile you up. Buddy. Yeah, I think he cracks Belal with Belal's pressure style. He'll run into something. JDM won't give up like Leon did either. Yeah, but I mean, looking at his recent resume, damn near lost to Kevin Holland. Robbed Basil Hafez. Hail Mary comeback against Gilbert Burns. He damn near shouldn't be in the top 10 right now. If JDM doesn't find a shot, Belal probably wins the decision. JDM could win. It's possible. Belal in 3. I hope Belal finishes him. I could see maybe Belal getting a late round finish. I could see that, like a 4th or 5th round finish. Because the pressure he's going to put on JDM is going to be unbelievable. Look what Basil Hafez did. Maybe Imagine JDM pulls off that patented guillotine at UFC 315. It's possible. The offense fight was close, but he damn near killed him. I know, but we're relying just on a puncher's chance for a pick. A puncher's chance for a pick? That's insane, in my opinion. And I just can't pick on that. I just can't pick that. Damn, my post-fight videos for Ian Gary literally were shit because nobody wanted to hear I was right on that one. Nobody wanted to hear I was right on that one. That's the God honest truth. Damn, nobody cares about Sandhagen Figgy, man. I got 4,000 views on that one. That's wild. Where are these guys at? What's going on, Francis Ngannou? No idea. Hot take: Ellie Topuria is the best walkout in UFC history. If JDM pulls a guillotine on Belal, I'm done. I think Dana's embarrassed of Conor now. He should be. Sandhagen Figgy, a heater. It's decent. It's nothing crazy. It's easier for the haters to unsubscribe than say Joey was right. That's why those videos don't do well. It's so annoying, though. It's so annoying. But people really don't want to hear that. They really don't. But the only time they do good is when there's a half of the fan base that feels the same way I do. And those do well. And those do well. I need like a 50K video soon. I can't believe I haven't hit like a 50K recently. When's the last time I got a big... That's wild. Man, I'm happy that Magomed Ankalaev post-fight did 25K. That's pretty decent. Belal Muhammad clown Sean Strickland for pathetic UFC 312 performance. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Damn, I did 19 minutes on Duplessis whooping Sean Strickland like the little bitch he is. Damn, I just realized almost every post-fight for pay-per-view this year, I went on like a little bit of a victory lap. A little bit of a victory lap. That's wild. That is wild. I almost want to see a test of you clickbaiting after a popular fighter loses and say this guy was robbed, y'all, and coddle those haters. Probably would do 50, 75K. It probably would. Next time I should just make a members video telling you guys that I'm lying and just see how they do if I just go with the popular narrative. And just see what happens. But the thing is, most people want to live in an echo chamber. They truly want to live on an echo chamber. That's the God honest truth. That's the God honest truth. They want to hear, they want to be spewed confirmation biased. Dana White doesn't show up to the post-fight press conference. He never shows up anymore, even to the regular press conferences. I think Bo fight is going to be a banger because Bo wants to stand up so bad to prove he can do more than wrestling. No, he wants to stand up because he might get submitted on the ground because his jiu-jitsu isn't that great. Jeremy Stevens getting sparked this weekend, going to be sad. I fucking hate Jeremy Stevens, so I wouldn't give a fuck if his career gets ended this weekend. They will make that Izzy Strickland rematch? Yes. Izzy Strickland rematch definitely happened, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know when and where. Probably like August, July would be my guess. If Strickland loses and Adesanya obviously wins, Adesanya could get a Khamzat title fight. I'm telling you right now. The UFC be itching to put Izzy in another title fight because he did favors for the UFC for years. Joey, this is the most realistic international fight week card. Islam Topuria, Pantoja, Kakar, France, Benil Rofi, Cop Royval, Talbot fight. Like it, like it, like it. There's a video on ESPN saying Jeremy Stevens is the hardest hitter in the division. Jeremy Stevens is corrupt. Could you guys like the stream? I would appreciate it. Strickland looked fat as fuck when he's beating up that influencer. He had a muffin top for sure. Joey's going to make those videos coddling the haters as a test. Man, those leg kicks had Ankalaev buckling. I thought he should have been able to get off the stool. Should have stopped the fight there. Yeah. I just got to start shitting on Ian Gary, dude. Shitting on Ian Gary would have me... I bet you if I didn't take Gary's side in the Colby shit, I'd at least have 10,000 more subs. Just off that alone. The Colby Gary saga that went on for about a month or so. I want Strickland Whitaker at some point. Strickland's boxing pressure style and Whitaker's blitzes will be such an interesting matchup. I think Whitaker will win. Ian Machado Getty. Say it right. All right. Izzy versus Strickland 2 will 100% headline the fight night in Perth. Maybe. Not going to lie, unsub when you were defending Gary a few months back, but after seeing Volk get the belt back, I'm here. Dude, Gary deserves to be defended. Oh, I get. There's a lot of people that unscubbed over the Ankalaev stuff. I lost, not net. Okay, you have to understand this isn't net. But I lost like 1,000 subs-ish. I don't remember the exact number. When Ankalaev beat Pereira. I net gained subs, but you can look at how many people unsubscribed around that time. I lost like about 1,000 subs. Isn't that crazy? Because they didn't want to hear me gloat about being right about Ankalaev. He said on his podcast it was just his teeth, not his jaw. It's like saying Armin's worse than Islam's BJJ. Adesanya Barajo. It's going to be Adesanya Strickland. It will be Adesanya Strickland 2. Well, listen, guys. You didn't hear it from me. I'll tell you. I've mentioned it multiple times. Izzy was an alcoholic going into the first Strickland fight and should not have been fighting. I heard this from a reliable source before the fight even happened. They said Izzy was drinking. He literally had a drinking issue and was not training. I heard this before the fight. Before the fight. But the UFC desperately needed a main event, so he stuck it out for him. Joey, missing some important news in this stream, Dono news. Why don't you get to it, dude? You sit back and chat, act like you own the place. You don't contribute a dime around here, LROR. Why don't you do something, man? Why don't you do something about it? I ain't seen you send a dime around here. I mean, I heard that from 2 different sources, from 2 different people. It was a little game of telephone, but from 2 different people. Confirmed. Adesanya should not have been headlining, but they didn't have anybody else, so he did it anyway. LROR acts like he's the boss around. I'm about to time him out for being a bum, dude. You guys think I should time out LROR for being a bum? Dude's always acting like he's out here slinging. He's taking credit for other people's donos and shit. Folk was drinking before the Ilya fight. Yeah, it's a fluke too. Joe, you should generally try shitting on Muslim fighters and Gary for a month to see what happens. Social experiment. Yeah, I just can't do it. I can't say shit. I'm being dead serious. It's going to sound crazy. People aren't going to believe me. They're going to say, Joey, you're a liar, this and that. You do this and that. I genuinely couldn't sit here and say things I don't believe and keep a straight face. Like, I just couldn't. I just genuinely couldn't. Marcus is spamming the chat and lying. Time him out for 30 minutes. Unless he's telling the truth somehow. Unless he's telling the truth somehow, time him out for 30 minutes. I'll let somebody handle that. I'll let somebody with a wrench handle that shit. Ian Machado Gary was drunk before he fought Shavkat and still beat him. That's the crazy thing is. That's gay. Well, you shouldn't come in here spamming lies. If it's a lie, he gets timed out 30 minutes. If LROR is confirming the lie, 30 minutes for LROR too. We ain't going to see him the rest of the chat. Well, he didn't spam it, so hit him with a 5-minute. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Is he telling the truth? I'm assuming he's lying. So I'm going to hit Marcus. I'll give Marcus a 30-minute. I'll give him a 10. I'll let him slip with a 10. And LROR, he only sent 1 message, so I'll just hit him with a 5. I already hit him. I got him. The only reason LROR got it soft is because he didn't spam it. Other dude spammed it and actually pissed me off. Gary surprised me so much in the protest fight. He dominated him in the strike. I know. I'm so glad you're saying it as someone who's not. Like, people say I'm biased towards Gary when I say Gary dominated him. Get these bums out of here. I just don't get it, man. Why spam a lie? Damn, Joey's being soft today, hitting fake news people with 5 and 30 minutes timeout. Joey 1 year would never let him see the light of day. Y'all caught Joey on a good day. Yeah. I think he's just sitting here to hate on you. I know. Let him hate, though, dude. There's no sense. I'm not. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm feeling in a great mood. Let's take a poll. Let's take a poll right now. I'm feeling in a good mood. I'm feeling in a good mood. I'm feeling in a good fucking mood right now. Let's see what the people think. Damn, looks like it's going to be no. I got to respect him for fighting Protes on 3 weeks' notice and dominating him in the striking. Froze Protes on the feet was impressive. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I agree. You bet to make someone. I just did a poll. Mass unban? Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. I haven't banned that many people, really, since I did the last mass unban. So if you're banned, you probably really deserve it. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was considering it. Whew. We got 18 votes, 20 votes. With the unban so they can start crying about the Dono wars. Yeah, give them another chance. Thanks for mass unban. Joey fitting to let the bums back. I gotta respect him. Agreed. Ankalaev saw. Okay. Fuck them. Why'd they come here to do that bullshit? Damn, nobody's even voting. All right, let me ask the chat. People who were here regularly, the people aren't voting enough. There's not enough votes, so I just ended the poll. I was hoping a bunch of people would vote. People who are here regularly, yes or no, mass unban. Yes or no. So yes would mean I do a mass unban. No mean I don't. People who are here regularly. Yes, no. Yes, no. No, fuck them. No. Looks like it's going to be a no. Pat Matthews with the 99 cents. It looks like it's going to be a no. No. Okay. Fair enough. The people have spoken. Maybe I'll do it next year. There's some people watching right now who were like, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. That's what they were hoping. Shout out to Poverty Pat with the 99 cents Dono. Who's matching? Who's matching Pat for the start of the inaugural Dono Wars? They have to Dono on their alt to get unbanned. Yeah, Dono on your alt, $10 and I'll unban you. You got to give me your name of your channel, and I'll go unban it. T goes in raw with the 99 cent Dono to match Poverty Pat. We got a war going on here. We got a straight up war. Mass unban January 1st. I'll think about it. It seemed like the majority of the regulars said, nah, fuck them. I don't really ban that many people in general. You have to really be doing some weird, crazy shit for to get banned, like, or spamming nonstop, and usually get a timeout first. Alexandre, thank you for the 99 cents. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We got a Dono war going on. Who's up in the stakes? The funniest thing about this whole Dono war shit is it's just so funny because there's actually haters out there that get pissed because they're like, he's begging for donos. But in reality, all we're trying to do is piss them off. That's all your money? Thank you, bro, for donating everything you had in your wallet. That's fair, a $10 unban fee. Who wants to be unbanned for a $10 unban fee? Somebody donate 10 on their alt to get unbanned. That'd be hilarious right now. I want to see an unban. Somebody get unbanned right now. And make sure you give me the name of your channel right afterwards or right in the super chat. They will announce 317 after 315. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get our first unban of 2025, basically. Anyone else kind of forget that Volk is champion? Yeah, because beating Diego Lopez doesn't seem like shit. Doesn't seem like shit. It really doesn't. Damn, Rainer de Ritter looks drained from his weight cut. Looks drained from his weight cut. In what scenario would Islam be forced to vacate? Is it justified after 4 title defenses? I guess he would have to not be willing to fight at all. But I think he'll fight somebody. If they strip him, that's crazy, or he has to vacate. I guess if he's going up to fight for the middleweight title, he would, or welterweight title, he'd vacate. Maybe. Chael is not a reliable source, no. Rainer is definitely drained. I think he was 215 in the cage on 2020 against Holland. 202 maybe? 220 I think is what you meant to say. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I just seen the weigh-in on here. He looked legit crazy. He looked completely drained. I mean, we just don't have anything, man. Why don't we get anything? We don't get no news. We get nothing. It's annoying as hell. UFC being extra bummy lately. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, or the UFC being extra bummy lately? It's wild. It's wild, it's wild, it's wild. It's embarrassing that International Fight Week is taking this long. We don't have a main card, so who's going to want to fly across the world for a fight they don't know? How many fights do we even have for 317 in general? Do we have any fights for 317 yet? Oh my God, 316 is an abomination. We got Paulo Costa, Roman Khabibulov, Brandon Royval, Manel Kape, Michael Johnson, Daniel Zellhuber, Hanada Janice versus Justin Tafa. Ew! Ew. Yeah, Paulo Costa's still fighting, unfortunately. If Islam goes up to welterweight and has no intention of going back down lightweight, it wouldn't be the worst to be vacated, and I think he would deserve to be simultaneous double champ. But does it really matter if you're simultaneous double champ? Does it really matter? Big Daddy Dana found a new dick to suck. What do you mean by that? If Belal wins 315, he will vacate and move on. So Islam will fight for the next. Imagine Belal vacates so Islam can fight for the welterweight title. That'll be crazy. If Belal wins and vacates the title, who do they book for the vacant welterweight title if one half is Islam? Do they do Islam Shavkat for the vacant? Do they do Islam? I wish I could get Belal on. I would love to ask him what he consider vacating. Islam Brady. Ew. Nah, Shavkat. Brady doesn't get a title shot off one damn good win. But I think UFC stopping simultaneous double champ stuff. They're worried about holding up divisions. Okay. Costa, Chandler, and Colby are still ranked, and they haven't won a fight in damn near 5 years. Holy shit. The rankings are horrible, bro. The rankings are genuinely horrible. How does Belal fare against top 3 at middleweight? I think he does decent. I think he'd beat DDP. I just think he'd be undersized a bit. To be fair, Shavkat has only one good win. Ian Gary, that's it. Yeah, but he kind of already earned his shot, man. He beat Gary on short notice. Izzy took Costa's soul. That's the truth, man. Costa was massively overhyped. Massively overhyped. Chandler's still hanging on to his ranking over a win over dead corpse of Tony Ferg. Why do they still have him in the rankings? I want Brady versus Shavkat for an eliminator. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Shavkat's ever going to be active. I just got a feeling he's never, ever going to be active. It's just not going to happen. I want Brady versus Shavkat. I'll never forget what Izzy did to Paulo Costa. You remember Joe Rogan would glaze Paulo, calling him a savage and destroyer, and a marauder. Brady Shavkat will be tough. It would be. Listen, boys, we did a 2-hour stream. I got to be on here tomorrow. I should have done a video today is what I really should have done. I'm slacking. I'm slacking. Anyway, I picked Costa to KO. I picked Costa. I don't remember how I picked him. Win stream, see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, boys. I got to get some rest. I've been wanting to do a couple Belal videos on the recent interviews he's done, but I haven't had a chance to watch them. I got a whole other Dana vid I want to do. I've really been slacking. I've been trying to do too much shit recently, so I haven't had enough time. Basically, get home late, jump on a stream for a little bit, and go to bed is what it's been. But it needs to be. Make a video earlier in the day, stream later, and go to bed at a reasonable hour. It's already 12. Damn. Maybe I need to do a mobile stream and see how it goes. I'm getting tired of this bullshit. Getting tired. Nah, I'm kidding. All right, boys. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Good night. Like the stream. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Good night. Maybe there'll be a video tonight. Maybe there won't. I got to see how tired I am. Maybe I'll bang out a video I've been meaning to do. Good night.